Yo.
What up? What up?
What up, man? What's going on?
Episode 72 is happening,
man.
baby. Let's go.
We on it, man. What's going on, bro?
Listen.
How you feeling? How's life?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Carbon Footprint Podcast. Juan's already getting up. He's Juan, I'm Sean. And every week we get together, have a few drinks, and talk about things going on in the world. Try to focus on things that are making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Today, people, listen up. We got a drink for you. Hit them with it.
Yo, we on. This is this has been a little favorite here, man. But this one's delicious, dude. It's a New York sour, and we did it's 2 ounces of bourbon. So pick one. We use Woodford Reserve because we tend to like the Woodford Reserve, man.
Yeah, listen, go with the Woodford.
Do Woodford. Yeah.
Yep, do with the Woodford.
So we did we did the Woodford Reserve. We did an ounce of simple syrup. We did an ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed. And then what you do is you throw that in the shaker, shake it up with ice, pour it in a rocks glass over ice, and then top it off with just like a half an ounce of red wine. So we use a red blend today from Cooper's Hawk. It's like their SAG Awards edition or whatever that is. But Cooper's Hawk generally has pretty decent wine. So we threw in just a little bit. It's like half ounce to an ounce of that shit. You top it off. That's how you get the cool little separation there, man.
Absolutely. So if you're watching the video, the drink just looks pretty.
It does.
I don't even want to drink it, but I want to drink it.
And it's cool how it stays separated like that. Dude,
Yeah.
you can let it sit there for a while. It never
It's
mixes. Yeah.
It's been
Unless
sitting there
you
for a while.
stir it, it always keeps its separation like that. It's weird, bro. It's sorcery. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And I would say this Cooper's Hawk wine, is that like a $20, $30 bottle of wine? What would you say approximately?
That one, it might be 15 to 20. I can't
Okay.
remember. So I pay for the membership. And with the membership, you get like a couple bottles of wine for free, quote unquote. And then you can buy up if you want to get like their more expensive shit. I didn't have to buy up for that one. It's definitely part of like.
But that's so I'm thinking like don't get like a $5 bottle of red wine.
No.
Like get like a $20 bottle of red wine and then top it off with that. It makes a difference, people.
Absolutely.
Try
Especially
this
because you're
out.
mixing 2 liquors. You don't want to do 2 cheap liquors. It's not going to end well.
If it's a Saturday and you don't want to get up and watch football the next day, then go ahead and
Yeah, if you don't have shit to
get
do the
cheap
next
shit.
day. Yeah, but I don't need y'all blaming me on a Friday morning at work. Blaming the carbon footprint for giving you a hangover. So, yeah, you
Yeah, no, this one is delicious and it looks cool. So check it out. Let us know what you think. We'll put the recipe on IG and yeah, tell us what you think.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yo, this week, man, I want to give my carbon footprint goes out to LA County, and actually more specifically Senator Stephen Bradford. So he championed this bill that gave property back to a black family who had owned beachfront property back in like the 1920s.
Oh, wow.
And it was in Manhattan Beach.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you don't know, Manhattan Beach is
Okay.
prime real estate.
yeah.
Today.
We're not talking about
anyway.
Central California. So we talk, wow.
So this these owners, and it's Willa and Charles Bruce, they owned it. They had like this hotel there that catered to black families because there wasn't a lot of hotels that would cater to them. And they experienced a lot of harassment during that time. And then lo and behold, the city comes in and goes, we need to confiscate your property to make a park. And there is some, and I can't remember what it was, but there is something where you're able, it's like some law where
Eminent
cities
domain
can
kinda
do
thing?
that shit.
It's like an eminent domain.
That's
with
it, eminent domain.
Okay.
And so they took it. Anyway, this senator realized what happened. And I don't know why or how he heard of it, but championed this bill. Gavin Newsom, who's the governor, signed it into law, and this family got the property back.
The same one?
the same family, like the descendants.
But I mean, the same property, or did they just give him something comparable?
No,
or just
the property.
Wow,
like
man.
the initial property, they gave it back to them
At 100x the value that it
Yeah,
was in
bro,
1920. 'Cause
yeah.
Manhattan Beach, you're talking.
That's stupid. Yeah. That's
I can't. I'm not even. It's like $20 million properties on Manhattan Beach, like just land.
yeah. I didn't see what the land was worth, but I know of Manhattan Beach, and so for this family, right, to go, to receive that from the state, that's life changing.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Because even if you just decide to flip it and sell it, it's gonna be a massive.
Yeah, sell it back to the city.
Yep. Or you hold on to it for however long. Again, this is something that's only going up. Beach property is finite, so it's especially there, man. That's such a well sought after area, man.
Yeah. And again, I don't know. Sometimes I'm very skeptical about politicians, right? And you go like, what's the angle? But in this case, man, I'm just like, whether you have an angle or you don't, like, you made an impact on an entire family live, right? And probably for generations.
Yeah.
Depending on what they decide to do with it.
Yeah, man. Like you said, that's so life changing. Like, who knows, 10, 20, 30 years from now, what does that do for like this family, right? And the next generation, as far as like the worth of the land and what they're able to do with it, and do they flip it, or do they keep it, or do they build another hotel? Like who knows, man? But it could be the start of generational wealth. Yeah, that's priceless, man. Shout out. Who was the name of the politician again, man? What was the name?
It was Senator Stephen Bradford. He was the one that championed it, and so their property was originally purchased in 1912, and like I said, resort serving black families, and then during that time they just got a bunch of harassment and stuff, and the city just stepped in and just took it, back then.
And it's his way of basically doing right by them, like,
like we're gonna make it right.
That's awesome, man. That's what it was.
Dude, I thought it was a fan.
Me too, man. I got up like an asshole early. So it was a loud noise in there. Y'all can hear the little whoosh. And we were trying to figure out what it was. It was a computer.
Yeah, so Juan is sitting in front of this really expensive Alienware. It's a gaming PC. The body has like 10 fans on it. I'm over here. We do have a fan behind us. And I went and turned it down, and the noise didn't go away.
I got up in the middle. I got up at the beginning of the podcast. I'm gonna look real stupid on the video, trying to turn off. I thought it was the main fan we have that sits over us. I'm like, all right.
That's what I thought it was too.
I forgot to turn it off, and then I did that, and I went. The noise is still there, and it took me a minute to figure out it's the fans inside of the PC. Yeah.
Shout out to Woodford. Shout out to Woodford.
Yeah, you right. This bottle was brand new.
Shout out to Woodford.
Shout out to Woodford,
we
man.
appreciate y'all. Cooper's Hawk.
Yeah.
Hold it down.
Yeah, y'all hold it down. We love y'all. This is we feeling good here on a Tuesday, man. This is amazing.
Let me tell you who don't care about black people. Go ahead, Juan. Hit him with your carbon footprint of the week.
Fuck, bro. You know me. I like to seek out the assholes. And so this week, my carbon footprint was Jon Gruden. And the motto here is like good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. What are you going to be remembered for? What's the mark you're going to leave? And it's a shame, man, but I feel like Jon Gruden's mark this week he's tarnished his entire reputation. We're not going to, before I thought of Jon Gruden, I thought of the amazing story from the Tampa Bay Super Bowl.
Yep.
The he knew the plays they were going to call before they called them.
Yep.
The stories are legendary if you're a football fan. Yeah, that's gone, bro. After this week, and so for those that don't know, the context is Jon Gruden, and it's kind of weird, dude. They're investigating the Washington football team's owner, right? It's the owner, Bruce Allen, or the president operator.
It was the
or whatever.
president operations.
So they're investigating him, and in investigating him, they uncover all these emails from Jon Gruden, who has nothing to do with the investigation, other than the fact that somebody must have really hated Jon Gruden within these investigations.
Look what we found.
Yep. Dude, it had to be, right? It had to be someone who goes like, yo, fuck this guy. Look what we found. Got him. Yeah. Anyway, so they uncover these emails. It's basically him. There's the rep or the head of the Players Association, a guy named DeMorris Smith. He calls him Dumb Morris Smith, and he says he's got like Michelin tired lips or whatever. Right.
Now that was the first one that was
the first
right.
one.
They found that like what, last week?
Last week, and he apologizes for Friday. He does an interview. He's like, "Yeah, poor choice of words." He
and
has
even
stupid ass defense of it, which is
bullshit.
bullshit.
but even his, I mean, he basically comes out and says like he's no racial bone in his body, whatever.
Right.
Has a couple of guys that couple of black guys that play for him that kind of really vouch for him, and it's like, yeah, he said that shit, back in 2011. People grow, people change.
Sure. Yeah.
He's been amazing. He's been like a father figure, mentor, to us. But then this week, go ahead, man.
Then this week, so they keep going through the emails because I guess they like, well, fuck, that didn't do the job. Well, we got more. But wait, there's more. And fucking like a Flex Seal, the shit just kept coming out. Fucking bro, they uncover all these emails. He basically calls Roger Goodell a faggot a bunch of times in emails.
Oh my god, bro!
You gotta find them.
What is the quote on this? I have it, man.
Yeah, find it because one of them is hysterical. One of them,
is a clueless anti-football pussy.
That one's good.
And then he called him a faggot.
But there's another one, bro. I gotta find it. There's another one, bro, where he goes, oh my god, I gotta find it, bro. The thing that he called. I mean, there's some shit in here about Michael Sam, who was the gay football player.
That was the other thing. So he's like anti-drafting like gay players, essentially, or maybe he was. I don't know that he is now, right? But he basically said he was berating Goodell because he thought that he pressured Jeff Fisher to draft Michael Sam, who was an openly gay college football player who was pretty good, didn't make it in the NFL.
No.
He got drafted, but never
he
really
definitely deserved to get drafted. He deserved a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He said Roger Goodell needs to hide in his concussion protocol tent, and this is in response to the whole criminal justice reform. I guess insinuating that he must have gotten a concussion. This is it. He said he asked Allen to tell Brian Glazer. Brian Glazer is the owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
And he says to perform oral sex on him. And then Allen reportedly responded with, I think he'll take you up on that offer. Bro, the story is so good because, first of all, it's shit that a lot of us would talk. Right, it's bro. As guys, it's 70% of our text messages is talking shit like this. I'm shocked that he does it over like work email.
Right, but you know what? Like I have funny you say that. I have a friend of mine who has like a group text with his other friends, and he tells his wife, never read those group texts. Never read those group texts because they are we are out of bounds. We are
we say wild shit.
We say wild shit
for the sake of the laugh.
Somebody sends me something that's inappropriate. Like he tells his wife, like just please, like don't read it. Or if you choose to grab my phone and read it, like at your own risk.
Yeah. And
so you look at these guys, and then these guys are just like, I mean, let's be honest, right? It's like good old boy club, right? So
for sure,
they look out for each other. They come from a certain pedigree, what have you. But yo, like it's a couple of guys who know each other that are going like, oh, yo, look at this. Matter of fact, one of the things was that I think Gruden was sending topless photos that cheerleaders had posted or something.
From the Washington football.
But it wasn't like he was taking the pictures. He was like, he got a hold of it and then he shared it with, with his buddies. And it's nothing that most guys wouldn't do. Unfortunately, right? Whether you want to look at it as bad in society,
I would take
and whatever.
that further and say most people. Females included. Like we
that's true, right?
I know for sure, bro. I say reckless shit. Like if you got a hold of our text messages, I say some wild shit like that we joke around
Dude,
about.
we say shit on here that I'm
Absolutely.
like that I'm like, yo, like if you're my employer, I would even tell you, yo, don't listen. Like if you're looking for me to be this wholesome guy, like I'm just a regular dude, right? When I come to work, I come to work to do a job, and I'm doing it to the best of my ability. when I'm out of work,
Yeah.
like leave me alone. Like I'm doing whatever the hell whatever I need to do. I'm not committing any crimes, but me and my buddy get together and we talk shit. That's what we do.
That's what we do. We just talk shit, and it's off. It's and again, we always talk about this. It's the intent, right? The intent was for the laugh, good or bad.
Yep.
Right. What is terrible joke, good joke, whatever. The intent is we try to make each other like laugh or just be like, bruh, something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're going for.
You know how many times I've been told by my wife when she listens to the podcast, something's wrong with us?
No, something's definitely wrong with us. That's why we talk this shit. Bro, when I said this story, I was thinking about, and this was like a real life story, like recently. I have a friend of mine I golf with all the time, and we're close. And he was doing like a poker game at his house, right? And he's a French dude, and so he was doing his poker game at his house, and then this was like right when Delta started getting crazy, right?
Okay.
So in the group chat with all the poker players, mind you, I don't know anyone in the group chat. It's all other friends of his, and I just know him, right? Like a kind of used to be a colleague of mine,
okay,
right? So he's in the group chat, and he's asking like, hey, he sends me an individual message like, hey, are you vaccinated by chance, right? Whatever, and I give him my answer, and my guess is he sent it to everyone.
Okay.
So in the group chat to the poker group, which we had been kind of going back and forth in for the last month, whatever, since he had been planning this poker night, he goes, hey guys, like I'm going to have to cancel this, like given the current state of like the Delta and how many of us are vaccinated. Like, I just don't know that it's responsible to do the thing, right? You know me. So I'm talking shit. So I just go in there. I go, typical Frenchman waving a white flag. And then and I go, and then it's me just talking shit.
Right.
Like I have a brother-in-law who's French. I have like family, like I'm not racist against French people. I just thought it was hilarious to say at the time. And I'm looking at that and I'm going, none of those people know me. No one responds. And I go, they're probably hitting him up on the side like, who the fuck is that guy?
Who's that guy? He's a dick.
He's a dick. And anybody who knows me will go, nah, that's why I'm always talking shit. Like,
right.
It's just what I do. But I think in this scenario, and it's not to defend Jon Gruden,
no, not at all.
The problem is that in the position you're in, first of all, you got to be smarter than to do that via email, corporate email, nonetheless. And then I think you have no choice but to fire him. You have to.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny because if you catch the low man on a totem pole doing it or doing something like that, no one cares.
Right.
It's when the guys or girl is in a leadership position is when it matters.
He's the CEO.
Yeah.
Right. He's the CEO of the brand, and so you have to. Yeah, because I thought about that, and even using like my example, I go, if I work for some French company, right, and that popped up, I would go, yeah, joke, but then also I would go, yeah, I'd lost the respect of anyone in that organization that's based in there. You would have to fire me. Like, you absolutely have to, because you are going to lose, like, it's going to cause retention issues, it's going to cause morale issues, it's going to cause, like, everything, and people aren't going to respect you. And I've seen players also come out and go, I also felt like Jon Gruden was always that way. So then you go.
Did they really?
Yeah, I mean, Keyshawn Johnson went in.
Oh, I missed it.
Keyshawn Johnson played. Keyshawn Johnson won a Super Bowl with Jon Gruden.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he was the most notable one to come out. But so you go, it
what
doesn't
did he say?
Even matter. He basically said like, yo, I always knew this guy he's a used car salesman. He's full of shit. He sells you this stuff. That's who he fakes to be in person. He goes, this is who he really is. And I always knew it. And I'm glad everybody else kind of sees it too, type thing. And listen, I think Keyshawn and him didn't have the best relationship, so you kind of have to take some of that with a grain of salt. But the problem is,
who did Keyshawn have a good relationship with?
Nobody, bro. Who did any diva wide receiver have a good relationship with, man? So, like, to me, you have to fire him just because if there's even a little bit of doubt, you can't survive that. And I guess you shouldn't be allowed to. I'm wondering too. I'm pretty sure Jon Gruden, he was given like a lifetime deal with the Raiders.
So it was a 10-year, $100 million contract.
And wasn't there shares included of the team?
I don't know, but that's the other thing. I go like I'm assuming they're gonna pay him out this year. So you go,
yeah.
You got $40 million over the last 4 years.
They might end up paying him the whole contract. I don't know how that works.
I don't know how it works either.
Yeah.
But even if you got $40 million, it's like, I don't feel sorry for him.
No, I'm also of the belief,
at all,
bro. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't. So the first comment was 10 years ago, and then the other comments were basically the last 10 or the last 8 years.
Yeah, I think the damaging ones are like the homophobic ones that are more recent.
Yep. Also, the women referees
and the women referee. Yeah, I was just to say like that because now you can't come off misogynistic in a league now that does have women referees and
Yep. And it's funny, man. Like I don't even understand why do you like for referees? Why do you care?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Like who gives a shit?
Make the calls. Like
make the calls.
I'm gonna hate you like you.
Right. I'm gonna hate the guys or the girls. Right. Like it doesn't really matter. And I'm just wondering in that respect, are you just going? This is a man dominating the sport or a male dominating the sport, and there's no room for women. Like I don't want women reporters. I don't want women, referees, coaches, players, nothing.
Fox will be out of the game, bro.
They do the best hiring.
All their sideline reporters, bro. Fox got a MO. They got the same look.
They know what they're doing.
Oh man. Yeah, man. I think you have to fire him. Listen, I don't know about John. I guess who you are behind closed doors is probably who you are, right? Like, some of this stuff tells me I look at that and I go, yeah, that's everybody's like 50, 60-year-old uncle, right? Or like the old school kind of thought process and all this stuff. Yep. It's like, yeah, we all know people like that. And it just so happens that Jon Gruden is in a very public position. It sucks, man, because again, I think to me now, when you think Jon Gruden, unless he has this turnaround later on in life and he kind of overcomes this, I don't see how you do now. I think you could have overcome the one joke, or not joke, but the one comment about DeMaurice Smith. I think you would have had a better chance to say, yo, man, I was kind of going for like a hurtful comment. I was really pissed off. That's not who I am. I coach a league with mostly black players, whatever. I think he could have found his way back. I think the pattern was just too far.
The pattern is too much.
Yeah.
So, first of all, with DeMaurice Smith, he said that he had he called him like dumb Morris Smith, right? So obviously it was something to the effect of he didn't agree with something that he said or did or what have you. The whole thing with like the Michelin tire lips, like I go, what if you're a white dude and you have bigger lips and somebody makes a joke about you like that? Is it racial? And then if not, why is that racial?
No, but I think because of the what's the word, epitaph, or like I think because it's a common kind of misnomer or insult that you would put towards people of the black community, where you would knock the lips or whatever, so like I think you just have to be smarter than that. Like maybe his intention wasn't to be like racist, like right, because to your point, some people just got big ass lips and you're just gonna go, but I think we're in this weird ass space where you kind of got to watch what you're saying and who you're saying. Like we were talking last week about the people making the reference about the monkey, when we were talking about Facebook and all that stuff. It's like,
the primates,
it's
right?
just the primates. It's like, it's just unfortunate. Like you have to be smarter and understand the climate and go, yeah, this is going to be taken this way. Let me scale this back. But again, man, talking shit on an email or on a what? Like, yes, you should.
Right.
If a guy who's making $10 million a year, you should know better. But also, we're all fucking stupid, man. We all say dumb. Again, if you
get comfortable, right?
Yeah, dude. If you took my messages out of context and stuff, again, man, people would think I'm the worst human being in the world. If you know me,
you probably are.
You're right. I'm trying to defend this publicly, but also you would know my intent is my intent is always I'm going for the laugh, right?
Yep.
Good, bad, or indifferent. It's like I forget who has this saying. It's like, yo, the joke that you like comes from the same place of the one that you didn't like. Mm-hmm. It's just the one landed different, right? And so for me, I'm always just trying to get a laugh out of shit. I'm just gonna swing and miss a lot. You know what I'm saying? So like. And to me, like, judge me on my intent. If my intent was to be hurtful, cool, then judge me on that. But if my intent was like, yo, I tried to make y'all laugh, that shit was fucking terrible, and you want to go, bro, poor taste, cool, fine. Like, but you can't call me a racist based on a joke like that, right? Yeah.
Do you know how many times at home that my kids would say something like that's just kind of off the wall, or I'll have like some sick thought, and then I'll just say it like to my wife, and then she'll go. Either she'll say it or give me the look, like the you're an asshole look, right? Or
you are an asshole.
And I'm always and I always look at it and I go like, yo, like it's funny.
Yeah.
But you go, what if that? It's not funny. It's offensive. And I go, yeah, it's kind of offensive, but that's what kind of makes it funny.
Right.
That it's kind of meant to be offensive.
Yeah. And then listen again, and this is why we're fucked up. But to me, I try to find the humor even in the most morbid
Doing
shit.
everything, bro.
Everything. There's nothing that's not funny to me if it's said right. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, listen, I know there are people, right, like who, if you've experienced racism or an illness or whatever, and you're not gonna find certain jokes funny.
Yeah,
that's cool. Change the channel. You know what I mean? Like
right.
just like keep it moving.
Or just know me well enough to know that like I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Nah, right? Like that's never. It is really really not. Like I'm never saying anything with the intention to hurt somebody. I'm saying it with the intent because I just go like I just find humor in things that maybe normal people would think that could be morbid or tragic or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's funny? Like one of the things that I brought up the other day at home was the Wedding Crashers. Right? When they meet. I love that. I love that movie. One of my favorites.
The best.
When they meet Chaz, and then he's like, oh yeah, I went to this funeral the other day, right? And the guy was what is it, like not skydiving, but he was like hang gliding, hang gliding,
and he died.
And he's like, oh hey, look at me, I'm hang gliding. Oh, I'm dead.
That movie is so fucking underrated. Oh God, bro.
Like I love that movie because I go like, yo, it's fucked up, but it's so true. Right? If somebody could look at somebody hang gliding and go like, hey, idiot. Yeah. We're not meant to fly. Like, don't hang glide.
Don't hang glide.
Even for us, right? We skydive, right? Somebody look at me if we splattered on the ground. Matter of fact, dude, in the Marine Corps, one of the songs that we sing when we're like running is like we say that there's a line that goes like, if my chute doesn't open, I'll be the first one to hit the ground. Right? But we sing that shit as we go along, and it's so true. It's kind of morbid, but it's true.
Yeah.
And it's kind of and then when you think about it, it's funny.
Yeah, bro. Like if some shit would have happened to me on Skydive trip, and you'd have made some like you'd have been giving a speech at my funeral, you'd have been like, "This motherfucker went splat real loud." Shit is hilarious.
But he fell down faster than everybody else. He free fall longer than everybody else. I was mad as hell.
Like his head was so big, that shit went first. It was so heavy. Shit is funny, bro. But yeah, man. And I don't know. And again, I can't. I don't know Jon Gruden. I don't know what his intent was. I don't know what the feeling was. I feel like there's so much there where you go, I gotta fire you, man. I can't. Irrespective of what
they did the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Raiders handled this. First of all, they acted quick. They, their initial tweet that I saw anyway was like, we're aware of this, we're talking to John, right. That's all we're gonna say about it at the time. Yeah, take care of it internally. And then the next thing was like, yeah, man, John's John resigns or whatever, and they're like, we accept his resignation. Like that's how it should be. Is
this finished, or do you think he's coming back at some point? And if so, how long?
I don't see how Jon Gruden comes back anytime soon.
This is like the Jimmy the Greek.
Yeah, he's done.
Did you hear about? I know you're younger.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if he was.
Okay, Jimmy the Greek made a comment back in, I want to say like in the 80s, where he said that like the black athlete was bred to be bigger, faster, stronger type thing, right? And he probably made some other things in there, or some other comments in there, but essentially when he made those comments, they were like, no, dude, not okay. You're done. Like forever. So I'm wondering, because I've seen and we've seen like a perfect example, Nick Cannon, right? He made that comment about a year ago. We were doing the podcast where it was like this anti-Semitic comment. They canceled Wild 'N Out. And then he kind of kept the rights, and then they let things die down. And lo and behold, Viacom picked it back up, and he's back on TV, and there's new Wild 'N Out episodes. So, does Jon Gruden, does time, because there's so much going on, like, is it, I don't know. He does some sensitivity training, and apologizes to the LGBT community. and then in a year from now, everything's okay?
So here's what I think would happen. I think if you're Fox, ESPN, ABC, NBC, whoever, the NFL, like who carry NFL, I think you're not going to want to touch him for the next year or two. What I can see is he goes, fuck it, I'm going to do a podcast. Oh, I'm going to do an independent YouTube show. And then there, the audience is your boss, right? And so he's going to have an audience because he's going to have certainly people who go, fuck yeah, I don't like the PC thing, like da-da-da-da. And
he was also against like kneeling for the national anthem and
that
stuff.
That alone is going to get him,
right.
You know, like, let's be honest. The racist thing, the not kneeling for the flag, the homophobic shit is already going to get him about 40% of the country, right?
Dude,
who are going to agree, maybe more.
Even the misogynist stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Right. So
there's people out there that go like, yeah, we shouldn't have women referees or women kickers or whatever. It's
you should be
sport.
exchanging pictures of the cheerleaders.
Yeah,
like nude
right.
or whatever the fuck. Like you go.
I did that last week, Bob.
Yeah, they'd be like, that's there's something wrong with that. So like, I think he'll have a platform and something that he generates on his own. I find it hard to believe that any of the major corporations will give him a job, and only because we're in this like weird space right now with stuff like that you like so going to the Nick Cannon thing. This is gonna sound fucked up, but the Jewish community runs Hollywood, and so it's easier for me to comprehend that he would get canceled in Hollywood.
Right.
When you talk about the masses, I think overall, most people will forget. Like we forgot what it was. And I'm sure, the Jewish community didn't forget about what Nick Cannon said, right? The people who were truly offended by that, but for a lot of us, we go, I don't really have any Jewish friends. I don't really know many of them. But when you talk about the black community or the gay community or any misogynistic stuff, it hits a little closer to home for more of us. So I think it's easier to overcome the anti-Semitic thing. It doesn't make it right, but I think it's easier for some of us to overlook that and go, yeah, Nick was fucked up. He probably shouldn't have said that. Go through the sensitivity training thing. For Jon Gruden, we're going, bro, you hate gays and you hate blacks and you hate women and fuck, bro, give me, you know, it's tough to kind of come back from that, bro.
I can't even root for you.
Yeah, I can't even root for you, bro.
Listen, Jon Gruden, sit this one out.
Yeah, this fucking Chucky doll looking ass motherfucker, bro. Yo, he do look like a adult Chucky,
yeah.
bro. Yeah, and I could be so wrong about this. I don't see any major network taking a flyer on him. Not in the NFL.
At least immediately, bro.
No, not, dude, 2 years.
You ever?
Man, I hate to say
maybe,
ever
man,
because
maybe. I don't know.
But yeah,
I think,
honestly, man, I would be shocked if he ever got a broadcasting gig again or an analyst gig again. And I would be shocked. I don't think he ever gets one again.
You know, I wonder, man, and I wonder what his mentality is, right? Is he home tonight going fuck, I got $40 million over the last 4 years.
Yeah, he not
Who
starting.
else does, how the money that he got from ESPN for doing Monday Night Football? I don't know. That was millions, right?
It was crazy.
If you just go all right, man, you saw the emails. I'm good.
Yeah, dude, he's going to lay low for the next few months. He'll stay at home, fucking Uber Eats, everything, maybe some Instacart. His wife will go pick up, whatever, the shit at the grocery store. He'll make an appearance in 6 months at a golf course in Florida, and people will be happy as shit to see him. His life, I would argue, he's going to have a great quality of life, bro.
Oh, no, it's better than most of us.
It's better than most of us, and he just has to hide out for the next couple months, and then, just move to Florida, bro, which I think he normally lives here.
Move to Florida.
Yeah, he'll be fine, bro. For people to
He'll
Florida,
be hanging out with DeSantis.
Yeah. Yep.
Campaigning for the presidency.
Yeah, he'll be sitting with Trump. Yeah, he'll be all right, man. He's
Dude,
gonna starve to death.
I'm gonna switch up a little bit, man. Stay with the NFL. Aaron Jones, running back for the Green Bay Packers. This dude had the game of his life. Not this past weekend, but the previous, where he scored 4 touchdowns against the Lions, which doesn't really say much. However, great game for him. This guy lost his this football pendant that had his dad's ashes in it during the game. And I watched the game, and I even saw the interview afterwards, and he seemed to be more excited about how well he did.
Yeah.
than actually losing the Ashes. I mean, he thought it was something that was a bad thing that happened. However, it was unfortunate. But I want to give a shout out to the equipment manager. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was the trainer. Sorry, it was Brian Flea Angle. This dude, after the game, found it just before 2 a.m.
Jeez, bro.
So he stayed over there. He goes like, we think he lost it in the end zone, and this guy combed the end zone and it was in Green Bay. He combed the end zone. He found the football pendant with the ashes in it, and then the equipment manager sewed like a left breast like pocket almost that he could put it in during the game. Wow. And they presented it to him, and I was just like, man, Green Bay is one of those places, and I'm a Bears fan, so I hate Green Bay. Yeah. But
yeah,
can you think of any other city that is not like a metropolis that has a football team?
No, in the NFL is the only place it works. You can have a small market,
team. What other NFL team is that?
I mean, I would argue Cleveland.
It's not a real city. That's not true, man. I've been to Cleveland. It's a good sized city, man. It's bigger than Orlando. I know that. Which ain't really saying much.
Yeah, Green Bay is probably. I mean, like at Jacksonville, I guess. But
yeah,
Green Bay is the smallest of the. Yeah. No.
It has to be the smallest.
It has to be the smallest. Yeah. It doesn't work in any other sport.
Don't their fans?
It's a publicly owned team.
Yeah,
the city
right?
owns it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I tried to buy shares in it. Actually, they do offerings every couple whatever.
Yep.
And a few years ago, maybe like 6-ish. They had an offering because they were trying to do a remodel.
Yep.
And so they were offered shares again. And honestly, the way the shares are set up, I won't get into the nuance, but it's kind of meaningless. But you do get a vote, and you get to show up to some of the meetings and whatever, or at least listen in. And I wanted to do it, and I was kind of late on it. I never did it because the buy-in thing was pretty small, is insignificant, considering you get to say like, I own a quote unquote percentage of an NFL team. But yeah, they're publicly owned, so that.
Yeah, and so it's got to be one of those, that small town kind of feel.
Yeah.
And then with the equipment manager and the trainers like going like kind of above and beyond, like, kind of like that small town feel. You know what I'm saying? Like that I thought that was such a cool story
that shit
for
would
Aaron.
Not have happened in New York.
No.
Nah.
They'd have been like,
the
what?
equipment manager be like, bruh.
Listen, do we got more of them ashes?
Yeah. How many of those you got? I gotta get back to Staten Island. I got the ferry leaving. Fucking left his ass, bro. Not giving a fuck. No, actually, they all live in Jersey.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, man. So I thought that was a good story for like a feel good story.
It was
cool, for
man.
a small town.
And his dad passed away recently, right? So
it was very
ashes and this like.
That's why I figured
it was cool.
Yeah, man. I figured he'd do be like crying after the game.
He was great,
and especially being that like I lost my father recently, and bro, let me tell you something, man. Not to switch gears. When you lose somebody that close. That shit hits different.
Oh yeah.
So I've been to funerals, grandparents and stuff like that, and people that I knew. When somebody, when a parent dies, man, that shit hits different, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. I was watching the game, and he's going off.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. And then the lady's interviewing him afterwards, and he goes, and I forget what he says, but he goes like, yeah, man, I dropped the my pendant, my charm, whatever, with my dad's ashes in it. I gotta go find that. But he's like smiling.
He was happy about that shit.
And I remember going, did this motherfucker say ashes? I was like, I didn't just hear that, right? Like I go, ashes as in body parts? I'm like, and he was so just like jovial, like just so ecstatic. And I mean, obviously it's not all the ashes. I'm sure this guy's got like a few because it's just
right.
But still, you feel like it would be more of an emotional time. And he goes like, I'm not worried about it. These guys are gonna find it. Like, so
I missed that. He
goes
say
like,
that.
I'm not worried about it, man. These guys are gonna find it, kind of thing. He goes, I think I lost it in the end zone, and I think that's why they were looking in the end zone because I guess he I don't know if he went to celebrate I was gonna pull it out or whatever, and then realized like, oh fuck him, But so, I think, yeah, maybe he just had so much confidence, and then like, yo, these people are looking for it, because he goes like, these guys are gonna find it, they're looking for it right now, kind of thing. Or perspective, man. Sometimes we talk about perspectives, everything. Maybe he's going like, yeah, I got a few of those. I could go make another one. It's cool. My dad's ashes are scattered in Lambeau. There's worse places.
They gave me 4 pounds of that shit.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And then you go, my dad's ashes are in the end zone to fucking Lambeau Field. Like, that's cool. I can live with that. You know, if I'm a football player and my dad got to see
was like
me
that.
do my dream and play for the Green Bay Packers, who's like, to your point, it's a small market team. It's if you were gonna play in the NFL,
bro,
it's a story. Yeah. It's like if you're a baseball player, you get to play with the Yankees,
right?
Maybe Red Sox, where depending on your upbringing, you get to play with the Green Bay Packers as a football player. That's pretty fucking like. I don't know how much better it gets in the Green Bay Packers. Maybe
I would say like Steelers, right? Like, you Cowboys. Go Steelers, Cowboys, Packers. Yeah. Like those are, and even I would say even the Bears. Like the Bears they've been around for like pre NFL.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. Like the Bears are a historic franchise that's been around pre NFL. So you just go, yeah, these teams are. You get to do that. It feels like you made it. Right. If I get drafted by the Jags, yeah, I'm ecstatic. I'm in the NFL. It doesn't have the same feeling as I get drafted by the Green Bay Packers. Or the Chicago Bears. Dude, I would even say for as fucking shitty as they are, the Detroit Lions would have a better feel to me than Jacksonville Jaguars.
You just be going, fuck, I gotta live in Detroit.
Yeah, bro. That shit is like the apocalypse.
Which exit?
Yeah. Bro, when I went to Detroit, we were our friend Alex, him and I were together.
Okay.
And we pulled out of the first of all, there's no rental car in the airport. They have to take you on a shuttle to this offsite rental car place, right? And we drove out and we hit like, we pull out of the parking lot and we're like, yo, it's fucking the apocalypse happened while we were on the plane? Yep. Like we thought it was The Walking Dead, bro. Shit was wild. It was
me
horrible.
And you drove by the same street.
Bro, and then we hit a tow booth. Or not a tow booth. We hit the the booth to get out of the, I think it was out of the car rental place or some shit. And the lady, I go, I think we asked about like, yo, do you got like an e-pass type thing, like a toll booth pass, right thing? And she goes, oh, we don't have tolls in Michigan. And I remember looking out at the road going, y'all probably should. Shit is fucked up. Charge me, please. Y'all gotta pave this bitch.
Bro, I remember getting off on the exit because I was driving from Cleveland to Detroit. Right? God, it's like shit to shit.
It's one shit city to a shittiest.
Shout out to Cleveland and Detroit, goddammit.
Bro, that shit is so funny.
But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
So I pull into Detroit and Cleveland is by far better than Detroit. Or at least it was better. Cleveland. Yeah, bro. So I pull into Detroit. I get off on this exit. And my GPS goes, you are, 1 mile away from your... And I was like, the fuck I am. I'm like, I'm going to keep driving if it's like this. Because...
Like, bitch, I still see zombies.
Yeah. Because, dude, it was just like abandoned buildings, just after abandoned building after abandoned building. And I'm going, yo, this is like zombies are going to walk out of these buildings. And then eventually... And then they're like... 3/4 down the roadway was civilization. And I was like, wow, man, okay, that shit changed real quick. But I know exactly what you're talking about, man. And yeah, hey, I know they're trying to revitalize Detroit. Kudos to those guys.
I will say their downtown had some beautiful architecture.
Yes, it did.
Beautiful buildings. Yep. I've never seen a downtown so empty though. Like we walked into restaurants and it was like, no, wait. Like downtown, it was fucking dead. And I went, dude, the potential is there.
It's huge.
Absolutely. Yeah. But, I was like, holy shit. And obviously, I think, post market crash, I guess, 08, Detroit, I've been told is very different. Or even post, 50s, 60s Detroit, they're saying it's very different. It was very much.
Booming.
It was booming. Yeah. But, I mean, cool city. But
did you see the Lions coach?
I can't take that guy serious.
You saw him crying?
He's fuck. Yeah, I saw the thing of him crying. I'm like,
I don't get it. Like this, yo. I I'm going like, if you're passionate about your job, I get it, but it's football, and yes, your guys played hard. They lost the game. It's Detroit. You should be used to that shit.
Bro, the first press conference they had with this guy where he was like going off all wild. Did we talk about that shit?
Yeah, what did he say? I can't even remember.
Something about we're gonna hit harder, and he's like one of these fucking rah guys. Yeah. I'm like, I'm out, bro. Like I don't want the CEO of my company to be over there like fucking bashing his head with bottles and fucking like.
Right.
No, bro. I need you to be a grown up. I need you to not like. You can't be too high and too low as a leader, right? I need you to be
just
up there.
be Belichick.
Just be fucking and even him, I would argue, is too low. But because he has the Super Bowls, we're like, it's fucking Belichick. But honestly, take Brady out of the equation. If Belichick doesn't win again, we're gonna go, yo, this guy's an asshole. If Belichick never wins a Super Bowl and he keeps being the moody dude, we're gonna go, yo, who the fuck is this guy? That's what we're gonna say, bro.
Yeah, that's so true, bro.
You can be whoever the fuck you want if you're winning, bro.
If you're the owner, you're like, listen, fire this guy.
Yeah.
I didn't like his attitude.
I don't like his attitude. And he'll be like, sir, he's the same guy he was in, 02. Yeah, but Tom was here.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah, like, I don't want the CEO of my company to be over there fucking like, no, don't get emotional, bro. You got to talk me off the ledge. I need you to be fucking like cool, calm, and collected, bro. I need you to be fucking mature. You know who I like, bro? Cleveland's coach. I like that guy.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Fucking is it Zach something? Or
I thought it was like Klings.
No, Klings. You're thinking about
Arizona,
Kingsbury,
right?
Arizona.
That's Arizona.
He's great, also.
Yeah.
But the dude from Cleveland, I go, that guy, bro. You look at him on the sideline. He's not too high. He's not too low. He's fucking. He's like. He's someone that you go, as a bunch of men, millionaires, you look at him and you go, yeah, I can follow that guy. I think that shit is so underrated, bro, where you go, you give a fucking, like, meathead who's sitting there, like, crying on the thing and, like, we're going to win football game. I'm like, bruh, I make $25 million a year. Shut the fuck up. Like, I need you to be, like, I need to feel inspired by you.
Just give me guidance.
Yeah, exactly. And that doesn't mean, like, I don't need the fucking pep talk. Like, that shit wasn't, I worked in high school and maybe college. Like, no, man, I be a grown up. Like, I don't think any of us would follow a guy like that. We would all just be like, bro, did he just smash his head with a fucking beer bottle? Like, y'all saw that, right? Like, I'm like, all right. Like, he just comes off like such a meathead to me, man.
Oh, he absolutely is, bro. I just saw him crying on TV and I'm like, isn't this the guy who was like, we're going to rip their legs off?
Yeah, I'm out. Don't cry.
Yeah. Fucking,
you're the leader of my organization. I don't even want you to cry in front of people, bro. Be dead inside. Keep it moving, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a fan of his. I did see the meltdown. Dude, you watch the fight?
No.
The Wilder?
No, man. I read stuff about it, man. But I have not watched it.
Maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment right now, man. But or the recency bias of this whole thing. But like, I would say greatest boxing match.
Greatest.
Period of our generation. I would say of the last 34. This is our Ali Frazier. I don't think I'm, dude.
So even like Tyson Holyfield.
Yeah, because that wasn't a good fight. It was a shocking fight because of the ear bite,
right.
But it wasn't competitive like this was, right? I would, like you look at Buster Douglas Tyson. It was shocking.
No, yeah, that was shocking.
Good
that
fight.
wasn't yeah.
You look at Floyd Mayweather has never been in a good fight, right? He's been in clinics that he's put on that you can appreciate as a boxing fan. With this fight, dude, when you talk about a major pay-per-view with two superstars at the top of their game in their prime, very rarely do these things deliver. I would argue these guys have delivered 3 times now, and this one was just a perfect way to end the trilogy. Even though you felt like Tyson Fury was going to win this from about the 4th on.
But prior to that, I heard he got knocked down.
Yeah, he got knocked down twice in one round, which I think was in the 4th. But there was still that threat of one punch changes his whole thing because
Deontay Wilder, bro, his power is insane,
dude. And Wilder stood. There was 4 rounds in there where like we were watching it and we're like, I don't know how Wilder's standing up right now. I went, Wilder's gonna lose this. Like at one point I'm like, Wilder's gonna lose this, but I've gotten so much respect for this guy because he's, dude. You want to talk about watching somebody and you thinking this guy's like, nah, you're gonna have to kill me. This dude was standing, bro, for shit where you're like, bro, just give up. Just take a knee.
Really?
Just whatever. Like, his legs were so wobbly for 3 or 4 rounds, bro. Till he finally just got caught. And it's funny, man. I know some people were like, yo, just give him the 10 count. Like, count him out. He earned that much.
Yep.
I think the ref just looked and went, this shit was so inevitable. Like, you were kind of waiting for it.
So it was stopped.
Oh, yeah, it should have been. He was gone. He was out. It was stopped, but it was stopped like he hit. Dude, he was knocked out and he fell. The ref just didn't count it. The ref just waved it off.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He
it
waved
was
it off.
such a clean, like, you're out cold. He didn't put up a fight afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, he was kind of like...
No, he said he was like, yo, this dude was the better man tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. You know, we gotta talk about the styles make fights. Tyson Fury's got this guy's number. I'll give Deontay Wilder so much credit for the heart he showed, man. I would pay money to watch Deontay Wilder anytime now because you go, you know what, man? I want these guys, because their career is so short and you're making a money getting punched in the head, make as much money as possible in that short window you have, because I want you to set yourself up and your family up for life. And then you have to appreciate the so much about boxing is not wanting to take that L. And for these two guys in their prime, in the heavyweight division of everything, to just put it all out there.
That has like faltered over the last probably 10, 15 years, man.
It was so good. It was so good, man. And like very rarely do any of these fights live up to the hype. This lived up to it and then some. Like, you know, if I go, bro, there's going to be this fight and there's going to be 5 knockdowns and it's going to be a battle. Like, it was our Ali Frazier of this generation. I couldn't think of a single fight. The only thing I could think of as a Puerto Rican, I remember the Felix Trinidad and De La Hoya, the hype going into it. The actual fight didn't live up to the hype. This fight, man, lived up.
Although,
to
if you were a Trinidad fan and him having lost like the first 6 rounds, and then he comes back and wins the next 6. I mean, that was big. But yeah, like heavyweights wise, we just stay with heavyweights. I mean, I haven't watched this.
Even in the De La Hoya Trinidad fight, is there a moment that stands out to you? Like, is there a moment in that fight where
no, not really. To me, it's like the first 6 De La Hoya or most of the first 6 he dominated, and then it was almost like he felt like he won, so he just took off the next 6, and Trinidad dominated the next 6, and ended up winning the fight by decision. So no, nothing, no wars. I mean, other than like a. Who, Thomas the Hitman Hearns against
Sugar Ray?
No, not Sugar Ray. Against
but they have fight of the century.
Yeah,
Sugar Ray
yeah.
Leonard.
That was really good one. But Marvin
Hagler.
Marvin Hagler.
Hagler. Yeah. Another great battle. And so to me, like, I thought of those fights. Like, that was the closest thing I could come up with. I couldn't come up with any Chavez fights. I couldn't come up with any Canelo fights. I couldn't come up with any Mayweather, Pacquiao, Cotto. I was trying to go down the line of everybody in our kind of Julio Cesar Chavez, like just any of these guys in our thing. Gotti Ward, maybe, like that was a battle.
that was
right.
Great.
Like that was a
trilogy.
Great battle. Trilogy.
Yeah.
And so I thought about some of those, and Gotti Ward might be the closest thing.
Dude, Julio Cesar Chavez against Meldrick Taylor. For those of you guys who are not, maybe you're like casual boxing fans, go look that shit up. That was a crazy fight, and Meldrick Taylor was whooping his ass, and then a surprise happens in the end. So look it up.
See, it's fights like that where you just go, those are the things that kind of stick with you. I think about this fight, man, and I can think of the 5 knockdowns are going to be things you remember. And then even then, I go, the rounds where you felt like the other person was dominating, the other, you know, whether it was Wilder or whether it was Fury, would always land something where you went, holy shit, man, that could have changed the entire fight. Like, there was this feeling of, yes, it feels like Tyson Fury has it in the bag, at least as of like the 5th or 6th on. But then Wilder would land something where you just went, damn it, man, that right hand, it's such an equalizer for anything. You know, you want to knock Wilder's boxing skill. It is certainly not on the level of Tyson Fury.
Yeah, that right hand's
Dude,
crazy.
I would go ahead and argue, I think Tyson Fury might be the best boxer in the heavyweight division of the last 20 years. I don't know. You know, I know Klitschko had this crazy reign in there that Fury kind of ended, and Klitschko was old. But you're not supposed to be that big and move that fast.
Yeah, no, remember, Klitschko lost to
Joshua, right?
Guy, Joshua.
Yeah. Dude, Tyson Fury would wash Anthony Joshua. Wash him. It wouldn't. I think he would starch Anthony Joshua, and I think it ends in less than 5 or 6. Starch him. I don't even think it's close, honestly. And I think if I'm Tyson Fury, I fight. I can't think of the guy's name, Jochik or whatever his name is.
Usyk. That's it.
Yeah, Usyk. So you fight Usyk, you unify the belts, right, and you just retire. Like, there's nothing you can do unless you fight Joshua. because I think it's a UK versus UK battle. There's so much money to be made. You do that fight in Wembley Stadium, and then you walk off into the sunset. If you're Tyson Fury, you're undefeated. You're not going to lose to Anthony Joshua. You're not going to lose to Usyk, assuming you don't just go in there taking these guys lightly. And then you just retire as a unified heavyweight world champion of the world.
Yeah, and just be done.
And then I'd still pay to see Wilder fight. Wilder's earned the respect from me of going, you know what, dude, you weren't afraid of the L. You weren't afraid to mix it up, because it would have been so easy for Wilder to go in there and run. Like, to me, Anthony Joshua, what he did against Ruiz, the second fight.
Yeah, he ran.
It's the smart boxing move. But if you were a casual boxing fan, I don't respect it. Ruiz went in there and fucking starched you.
Especially from heavyweights.
Yeah, you owe him. You can't go in there and jab your way, I just don't respect that the way Ruiz did his, right? Like, so to me, Fury and Wilder just earned massive amounts of respect, where I would pay to watch Wilder fight. And because he's probably the second best boxer in the world right now after Tyson Fury. It just so happens that he fights in the era with Tyson Fury. Like, Tyson Fury might be unbeatable amongst the current heavyweights. And I guess time will tell. Hopefully he'll get that Usyk and then that Joshua fight. And I think you strictly do the Joshua fight for the payday, because I don't think it's competitive, man. I don't think it's.
I would also like to see him fight Ruiz.
Just
because.
Yeah, because again, Ruiz won't be afraid.
Do those
to
three
swing.
and then just go, and then Robinson's into the sunset.
Yeah, you're right, because Ruiz won't be afraid to trade, and neither will Fury.
Yep.
Fury will trade, man. Fury will sit in the middle of the ring and trade. So, man, it's such a good fight, man. We were watching this, man, and we're yelling, and we're just going back, and our emotions are all over the place. We're like, I don't know, man, Wilder got it. Fuck, man, I don't know if Fury's got it now. He looks tired. This guy, like, it was so good, man. And I don't know that in the moment I appreciate it as much as, like, the next morning, kind of just, like, thinking about it, going, wow, man, that was, it's hard not to get wrapped up in the recency of the whole thing, but it's like, man, that was probably the greatest heavyweight boxing match I've ever seen, and I'm like, probably the greatest boxing match I've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard to live up to that hype with two big names like that going into a pay-per-view, because they never do, right? They never live up to that, man.
Don't tell me no more, man.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Skip the undercards, but watch that fight.
I know you have some funny shit to tell me this day.
Bro.
You've been holding out on.
Oh man, there was some fucking hilarious.
We gonna
stories.
get on sports right now. What you got?
Let's get into it. So, you heard about this this lady in Spain, bro? She went to the doctor. I guess she was experiencing these kinds of pain. I gotta pull up the article here because it's too damn funny. So this lady was experiencing these kinds of like stomach pains and cramps, and she had these like irregular periods and all this stuff, right?
Okay.
She goes to this hospital in Spain, and I can't think of her name here. It doesn't even really matter. And like they can't figure out what's wrong, and then she gets her paperwork back from the hospital, and the diagnosis is, oh, you're a homo.
What?
But the chick's gay.
That was the diagnosis. They can diagnose that?
I think it was clearly like wrong, and I don't know if it's like some algorithm or whatever, but she goes like, they go like, yo, did you tell them? She goes like, well, yeah, I thought it was like relevant to like maybe they should know that I'm gay, and I'm like, I don't know how that's relevant to like your thing. But she says when she got the paperwork back, the diagnosis was homosexuality.
Get the fuck out of here. So what was wrong with her?
She doesn't say. It's just like she had these irregular periods and these pains and stomach cramps, and that's
It's because you're not getting dick,
bro. It's like let me tell you how to loosen that up. The problem
is that the fucking diagnosis? Like, bro, really?
It said, it read in Spanish, current illness, homosexual. Fucking funny, bro. Yo,
so now it's an illness.
Oh my god, bro! And she's this 19-year-old chick. Her last name is Aragon. I was trying to find her first name, but yeah, dude, I couldn't believe that shit when I was reading it. I was like, "There's no way." And then, bro, keeping with the same kind of line of thing, you saw the Superman thing with the comics, where they came out the new Superman, which is basically Clark Kent and Lois Lane's son.
Okay.
In the comics, they had him come out as bisexual.
Oh, so he
which
goes
again,
both
it's
ways.
a bitch ass move, bro. Just make him gay.
I don't understand. What is the deal with that?
I feel like
why do you feel
now
like
they're trying too hard to be like, because we already did this with Robin. Robin's been gay. They just kind of announced it. we had this, but then Superman,
he
bro,
been had the tights on?
Yo, honestly, I just wanted to know: is he a bottom? Because if you the dude that bottoms out Superboy, yo, I gotta respect that shit, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Your shit getting snapped off.
Yo, this dude hit me with the laser eyes, and then I'm a bottom out Superboy. I gotta respect it, bro. You the
That's why he's the bottom, because the lasers come out, man, and fuck you up.
Don't look into my eyes.
That's like what's the Bridesmaids? Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. It's fucking another great movie, bro. I love when that bitch is on the plane. She goes, "I'm poor." I fucking love that. I love that movie, man. Dude, I had a few in here, man, that were just so.
What else
crazy,
you got? What
dude.
you got,
bro? Yo, this woman sued Geico for $1 million, bro.
Why is $1 million like the threshold?
I know, like sue for two, motherfucker. So you walk away with $1 million after tax, right? I don't know, bro. Sue for 1.7, people. Yeah, I don't know, bro. But this woman in Missouri, she's asking Geico for $1 million.
For what,
bro? Because she contracted an STD from fucking a dude in the car.
Yeah.
Think about this shit, bro.
Okay,
bro.
Okay, so then she thinks it should be.
She contracted
it's
an
car
STD
insurance
in the backseat of his car.
Right.
His insurance is
with
Geico.
So she needs So it's medical.
Yeah. Yo, she got a fucking point, bro. You give me you give me the bumps in the backseat of your car, and you fucking your insurance is, bro. She got a point.
No. Well, yeah, I guess you sustained an injury in the car.
Yeah.
Does auto insurance? No, I guess it doesn't. I guess it doesn't really care if you're standing still or if you're moving. Right?
Yeah,
Like if your parked car gets hit, you're insured.
You're insured. If a tree falls on it, right?
Right.
You're insured.
Yeah,
So,
that's what the commercial with
that's right.
Is it like
Chris
Aaron
Paul?
Rodgers?
Or no, Aaron Rodgers. You're right. Yeah,
right, when they drop a friggin' tree on his car.
bro.
Did she win, or is that like in
let me
place?
See if she won. She's asking. I don't think she's won yet. Women who have chosen to remain anonymous during court proceedings of colluding in order to come up on a massive payday. Bro, I think homie's involved. He's like, you right.
People are fucked up, dude.
Yeah. Isn't that wild, man? I'm like,
it'd be more wild if she wins.
Bro, if she wins.
I got some lawsuits to file,
bro. Yo, and then where do you draw the line on that? So, like, where could you, I guess...
like, where does the responsibility of the insurance stop?
Bro, what's to stop someone from saying, I'm a manic depressive, I wasn't this way until I sat in this car for too long, and sitting in traffic made me feel sad, and it made me contemplate life, and, I blame it on the vehicle. The vehicle fucking did this shit.
Right. It didn't happen until I got this vehicle.
It happened until I got this vehicle, and I had to sit in this traffic, and
yeah, no, dude.
It's a slippery slope, bro.
But we're in that world.
Yeah, in America, absolutely.
Yeah. We
other
absolutely
countries,
are.
they're like, yo, go take your pills and fucking wear a condom next time. Like, they'd be like,
yeah, no, but here we are. Here,
Yeah, it's a very litigious society. So, like, yeah, the U.S. is.
I would even imagine this stuff with Jon Gruden, that somebody from another country would go like, okay, so he's a coach of a sports team, and you guys are worried about what he's saying about women and ethnicities.
The people in Dubai are like, what's wrong? Why he got fired?
Was he winning?
They're like, sounds like presidential material. What the fuck? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know.
We give that
You're
guy.
right, though.
If he's winning, we give him ivory husks or tusks.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, what time is it, man? We gotta get the hell out of here.
We gotta get the hell out of here, man.
What else you got?
That's it, man. That's it. We gotta get out.
All right, good. Tell them where they can find us.
Yeah, listen, if you guys aren't following us yet, at the Carbon Footprint Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, at Carbon Footprint Podcast on TikTok, Gmail at the Carbon Footprint Podcast at gmail.com, and on your favorite listening platforms, man. We're on Spotify. We are on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Stitcher, Amazon Music, you name it, man. We're on fucking all of it. Geo7, Ghana, all of it, man. So if you guys aren't following us, make sure you follow, subscribe, and thank you guys for the support, man. We really appreciate it.
As always, love you guys. Thank you for the feedback. Been seeing some stuff on Instagram. As usual, somebody new hits us up every week, and we love to hear from you guys.
Absolutely.
So thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.